This next demonstration I'm doing here is one called Honduras Mahogany. The reason they call it Honduras is the colour resembles the mahogany from the Bay of Honduras in South America, and it's quite a reddish tone. The sister, if you will, to go with this is the feathered mahogany or curl, which is quite often called Cuban mahogany. But anyway, this is done on a reddish background, orangey red background, and I've chosen to do Honduras mahogany colour on this particular panel. What I'm using here is, for the shape, the wipeout is a 3-inch mottler, hog air mottler, and the idea being to make an elliptical, thin, narrow end at the top with a wider base, but allowing each wipeout, each curve, if you will, to allow the one underneath, the underneath one, allowing maximum growth. What I'm saying is, try and avoid, when you go up to the top now, not coming down and cutting into the one preceding it. There's a temptation to rush coming back down, going up and then coming back down too quick, and that's when you can get your faults. Another very important thing with this timber is when you look at it, the real thing that is, it tends to indicate a sort of a uniform tone. There is slight variations, of which I've tried to put in here. There's one or two, as you see on the left hand side, darker, which are balanced up by the wiping out by the streaks on the top left, and also up on the opposite side, to give a balanced look. It's very important to get a balanced look. Avoid an unacceptable, if you will, right hand side from the base to the top being much lighter than the left hand side. What I mean to say is, if you think of a clock from 6 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock in the evening, on the left hand side it'll come dark. Well, coming down from 12 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning, again must be the same tone generally. It mustn't be particularly light, because that looks unnatural and doesn't reflect the appearance of the real timber. So a uniform tone is what you need to try and aim for, try and produce. This is the first stage almost completed now. So what I'm doing here, I'm just wiping it off, wiping this around to clean the work up. And it's almost ready, completed, allowed to dry for the second stage, which is called overgraining, which you put in flecks, pith marks, if you will, dark flecks in the timber, and also the mottling, the light and shade. The second stage makes the work infinitely more interesting to look at, and this is only the first stage, first process of Honduras mahogany, i.e. heart grain. If you were doing a set of cupboards or something of that, what you could do is you could put a heart grain on one and then a feather curl mahogany on the next, and alternate, so you can introduce variety into your work. Just making a slight adjustment there, making a slight contrast in the tone. Tone is very important in graining, light and shade, and it just gives it a balanced look, balanced appearance.